Hey everybody, and welcome to another week of our learning time. I am so happy to be here with you, and we're going to get started to do our calendar and our morning message time. Okay, so let's take a look at the calendar. Remember, mine is pretty long, so I'm going to flip the camera so it's going to be a little skinnier on your page, but we can look and see what the date is today, okay? All right, so here is our calendar. We are still in what month? It is the month of April, and let's say our little poem together so we can see how many days we have in it. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except February, so fine. It has 28 days till leap year makes it 29. And of course, we said 30 days has September, April. So we have 30 days. So we're going to go. Today is Monday. All right. We will be back at school today. And of course, we have the weekend off from doing any schoolwork. Maybe you did some too, or maybe you did some of the fun activities Miss Mappus has sent you. So Monday, let's see, we're going to go down. I know that we are down here because April 17th was the last day I saw all of you in our Zoom meetings. Okay. When we met just you and Mrs. Mappus. And so I know that was our anniversary for me and my husband. So I know that we have to go past there to Monday. So let's go ahead and say our date. So today is Monday, April 20th, 2020. Let's count and see how many days we have left in April. So if we are here on Monday, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's no more. So we have 10 more days of April. And then we will be in what month? What month comes after April? If you said May, you are correct because we're going to May next. All right, so let's look. We counted 10, but remember we can also go, if we go straight down one, how many days is that? That's 1 week. How many days are in 1 week? That's right, 7. And then we can continue. So we know 7 days are here, and then we can go 8, 9, 10. Make it a little easier there for us. All right, if today is Monday, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Tuesday. Very good. And if today is Monday, what was yesterday? Sunday. Very good. And we can look right up to see what days of the week that is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down, and then we're going to do our sentence fixing for today. Okay, so you can tell Miss Mappus didn't quite get the words in right. So I crossed all that out. We're going underneath the one we did last week. And this is a sentence that's all mixed up. So we have to figure out how to put it in the right order and write it correctly. But let's read the words and make sure you can get all of them. I know you should be able to get most of them because most of them are sight words. All right, so we have you. We have the word good. That word, easy. Have. This might be one that you don't know, but this is a compound word. Remember, it has 2 words that make up the one word. We have the word week, and we have the word end. So we put them together, and what do we get? Weekend. And then did. Now I have a couple clues there for you to look at. We have a word with a capital letter. We know that starts our sentence. And we have a word with an end mark that will end our sentence. So go ahead and pause the video and try to write that correctly on your piece of paper or your whiteboard, and then turn it back on, and I'll have the answer here for you and see if you got it correct. Okay, so the correct answer is in pink. Let's read it. Did you have a good weekend? And of course, what kind of a sentence is this if it has a question mark at the end? It's a question. It's asking you a question. It needs an answer from you. So I hope you did have one and you can say, yes, I had a good weekend. But hopefully you got this right. So did was our capital letter, so we know that's at the beginning. And did you have a good weekend is the way it makes sense to put that in order. So I hope you got that correct. Great job, everybody. All right, let's move on to our next thing. Okay, let's review a little bit about telling time. Can you look at this clock and tell what time it is right off the bat before Miss Mappus even says anything? Maybe you can, which is great. Okay, remember we look at the shorthand, which is on the 5, and then it's on the 12. We always say it's an o'clock. So it is 5 o'clock. Did you get that right? All right, and then we're going to move it. Norma's mouse has to switch them around. There we go, because I want to stay there. And move it to down here. Okay. So we still look at the shorthand, remember. It's past the 5. And then we have it on the 6. Does anyone remember what that is? It means it's on 30. So it is 5:30. So we want to count by 5, so we can do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that is 5:30. I'm going to get my notebook out over here so I can write that because we haven't done very much of that. Does anyone know how we write 5 o'clock and 5:30? Let's go over here to my notebook. I shut it off accidentally. All right, here we go. So how do we write that? How do we write 5 o'clock? We write a 5, then 2 dots, and there's 5 o'clock. And if we want to do 5:30, we do 5, 2 dots, and then a 30. Excellent. Let's go back over here and set it again. How about, can you tell me what time that is? How about if I write it over here? That's right, it is 8 o'clock. Good job. All right, and then if I take it down here, I think, oh, it's off just a little bit. There we go. Let me write the time over here. So that is 8:30. Great job on that. Okay, while we're over here, we move this to the side. We're going to do a little bit of number sense review because we haven't done that since we've been at home. And I grabbed some of these from my classroom when I was there last week. All right, we're just going to look at the dots and see if you can tell what number that is. All right, I'm going to move it. See if you can tell what number that is. Say it out loud. Underneath it. All right, were you able to say them? Okay, tomorrow we're going to write them down. All right, this first one was 9. 9. That one? 6. It's 10. Now that one we've gone over a lot because it has 5 and then 5 more, 5 rows that we've been doing. 2. That was pretty easy. 3. 1. It's 8 because 4 and 4 is 8. 7. 5. There's our 5 row. And 4. How'd you do? Awesome job. Good work with that. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit more about our vowels. We've been spending a lot of time on them because they're such important letters. And remember our vowels that we have talked about. A, E, I, O, U. We're going to throw in, you'll see on the poem today, sometimes Y. Okay, so watch our poem. That's really a fun one today. But let's turn around. We're going to look at our vowels and learn a different way to say our vowels again. Okay, so here are the vowels written down here that we have talked about. Now remember, if they have that little U on there, it means they are short. So let's just say these sounds together. A, I, okay? And then last week we talked about when they have a line over them, then they are long. And I always like to think long for line. They both start with L. And they say their own name. A, E, I, O, U. Remember, it doesn't say U. Sometimes it does, like with the word cute. Okay? But those are our two sounds. But now we're going to introduce something called a bossy R. And I'm coming over here to my computer because I have some pictures. And I always love the pictures that they have for the bossy R because I always look like he's so mean and mad. But he basically takes over the vowel. If he comes in there, he takes over the sound of the word. So those are just some fun ones there. I'd have some posters to put up in our classroom if we were there. All right, so with the bossy R, that changes things. So then I just take that A and I put an R after it. But who's the boss? The R. There's our E's. Put an R after it. Who's the boss? The R. Who's the boss in IR? The R. Same thing in OR and UR. Okay, so the sounds that they make are, instead of it being A or A, now we have it making R. I like to think of R like when we do our pirates. Arg. That's where that comes from. The R is that sound there. When we have an E and then an R, it makes the sound. Guess what? So does the IR. That makes an sound. And guess what? So does the UR. It makes the sound. Sometimes I like to think like a car wreck. All right, and we have one other one. Now this one we know because we learned this in our sight words, and that's OR. And guess what? It still makes that when it does it. The R is the boss. We don't make the or the O sound, make the OR. So then I came up with one word because we're just going to start this, but I want you to see if you can think of any words that have that bossy R after a vowel. Okay, and we're going to make a big chart tomorrow. Okay, so for AR, I came up with car. Hear that R sound? Arg, like a pirate. Then we have ER, makes the sound, and I wrote ladder. Ladder, that would be a good one. We have IR, which also makes that Remember, we have irk. All right, IR, like bird. Then we have OR, which we know is or, like storm. Hear that or in there? Storm. And then the UR, again, makes that irk. And like we have a nurse. All right, so those are our bossy R's. So we're going to be talking about bossy R's who boss around those vowels and tell them, make a different sound. So this is just a barely started, but we're going to keep learning about those for the next couple of weeks as well. Okay, so wow, look at all those vowels we're learning. So many different sounds they can make. Good stuff. So we have a new poem this week, and it's called French Fry, and our letter this week is Y, and I think you'll see why I chose this poem once we go through it. So I'm going to come a little closer and point out the words as I read them so we can start learning it this week. This is a fun one, I think. All right. French fry, all yellow and yummy. French fry, get into my tummy. Deep fry, eat them, eat a whole bunch. Crispy, crunchy French fry, crunch, crunch, munch. All right, good one there. Did you see a lot of Y's? I saw a lot of Y's, and we have 3 different ways we're using Y's in here. First of all, we're going to look for Y's that begin the word. Okay, so I'm going to back up here so we can see a little bit. Can you see some that start the word? I see 2 in the second line. Let me zoom in, and I bet you can find them. Okay, we have, recognize that word? That's a color word, yellow. And we have yummy. Oh, that actually has another one back there too. All right, so we have the beginning. Yeah. All right, is the beginning sound. Then we have them at the end where they make that long E sound. Ooh, remember the long E sound where it just says E? Yummy. Let's see where else we can find it. Ooh, there's that one. Tummy. Hear that E sound at the end? Okay. Crispy. Crunchy. Okay, so we have a few words where it has the E sound at the end of it with the Y. Then we have it. Wow, Y is really what's called versatile. It can do a lot of different things. We have it at the end of the word where it makes the I sound. Okay, do you hear on fry how you hear that I sound? So Y actually is the vowel in this word because there's no other vowels, are there? So we say a lot of times A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. This is an example. There's no other vowels in here, and you have to have a vowel in your word. So fry, the Y ends up sounding like the long I sound. I. Okay, then we have fry again. I don't have anything. We have, of course, French fry. Get into my. You hear my has that I sound, okay? But tummy has the E sound. Deep fry. There's another one. And I think that's it. Okay, so we have a lot of things we're going to be looking at this week just with the Y's, but then a fun poem too. Let's read it one more time. I'm going to back it up, okay? Here we go. French fry, all yellow and yummy. French fry, get into my tummy. Deep fry, eat them, eat a whole bunch. Crispy, crunchy French fry, crunch, crunch, munch. And you notice here that munch is all in capitals because they want you to say that a little bit louder. And it has, what's that? An exclamation point, okay? So that's going to be our poem this week that we're going to go over. That's a fun one. I like it. All right. That makes me want to eat some French fries. How about you?